I've had a 30-year career in addiction medicine, and it's been a good life. I've seen an awful lot of miracles. I've seen people get well, but we're at the beginning of a new era of recovery orientation, recovery care, which is a little different than treatment-centered addiction. And so what it does, it combines the best of what's out there. It combines grassroots recovery with like mutual support groups, Rational Recovery or AA and that kind of thing, with the best kinds of treatment, all kinds of treatments, from psychotherapy to residential treatment to various other modalities, including medication. And it puts it together in what's called recovery-oriented system of care, or recovery-oriented care. However, the missing piece, the thing that we need to do to make it work, because the answer to addiction is connection, we need the connector. And the recovery coach is exactly that. The recovery coach connects the person who needs the help with the community of recovery, with recovery resources. We wanted to make sure that the attitudes, knowledge, and skills, best quality, were available for people who were these new recovery coaches, and that there was a quality control, and that people who called themselves recovery coaches actually had the training and had some kind of, hopefully some kind of supervision going out after the initial training. Because a week of training doesn't create a recovery coach, it creates a person who's ready to get started, but then they need some supervision and a lot of practice.
I've been a recovery coach for 40 years, and I'm always doing some continuing education, but this is really, I would say that this is probably the highlight of all the education I've had in my coaching career.
I found this dynamic to be extremely practical and extremely experiential, and there was so much room left for really just talking through some of the issues that people who are really working with people in recovery are facing in some of these coaching sessions or interactions that we're having. So yeah, it was extremely practical.
It's just great to see how questions can be asked in such a way to keep people moving forward.
Really worthwhile, and for anybody involved in any part of the disease of addiction, and particularly the concept of recovery.
So when we started Still Here Mindfulness, we wanted to set a standard of delivery, of teaching delivery, that was consistent and accessible by those people that are taking the courses. When Dr. Ray Baker and I sat down and started talking about recovery coaching, we were talking about those very same elements, and Still Here is delighted to bring that on board. How wonderful it is to sit down with a bunch of professionals, as we did in January, and watch their firmly held beliefs loosen and their objectives and their perspectives broaden in a real and meaningful way, and to recognize that how many pathways there are to a legitimate recovery. How wonderful it is to sit down and teach beside somebody like Dr. Ray Baker, who in my opinion is second to none in this country in addiction medicine. I'm delighted to be able to bring this forward. To be part of it is an absolute blessing, and I'm excited to see what happens as we move forward and deliver this to even more people and bring accessible recovery to all of those who need it.